Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon, Dana. Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to continue with the development of the agenda. So we have the social emotional content. Then I'm going to explain you about the activities of the fourth period. We're going to continue with the topic attendance and goodbye. For the social emotional content, we are going to watch a video about solidarity. Please pay attention to the video because later I'm going to ask you some questions related with that. So tell me, what do you understand about the video? Or what is your concept about solidarity?
Putting the place to the others and try to help with the situation.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Sana. Another participation? Leslie, Xavier? Denise, how can you define solidarity, Denise? No ideas, Denise? And you, Joyce? Joyce Marcela? How can you define solidarity?
Oh.
Do you remember we have been talking during this week about that important value? Tell us a little bit about that. Are you thinking? Kevin says you have to help others when you can. Excellent, Kevin. And Joyce, what happened, Joyce? Are you there? Joyce Marcela is not here. Marifer, what do you think, Marifer?
Teacher, I don't understand.
You don't understand. Okay, you don't understand the definition of solidarity.
Mi internet está algo raro.
Your-
Veo algo borrosa la presentación también.
Okay. You have Problems with the connection. Now we are going to continue with the next step of the agenda. I'm going to tell you, until now, probably you already know about the activities that you're going to do during this fourth period, that is the last. I'm going to show you about the activities that you are going to do. We have two activities. The first activity is for the next week. It's very easy, the first activity. In the first activity, I'm going to evaluate this. If you remember, the date for delivering is Friday, September 10th. From September 8th, Wednesday, September 8th to Friday, September 10th. If you remember, I told you that about the story of the gift of the Magi. We analyze and we answer some questions together. So that questions, you are going to write the answers in the forum. I remember that Dana did that activity, but she did it in Spanish. So then I want you to translate this information to English.
Really?
Yes, the answers are correct, but the answers are in Spanish. Did you realize that?
I'm sorry, teacher. I think my computer is configured like that.
Yes.
I write in English, but I don't know why. I'm trying to
Check out
English.
And you will realize it that the answers are in Spanish. Yes, probably your computer did something wrong. So you are going to answer the questions, and these are here you have the steps, questions. Answer the questions in the Richmond forum about the gift of the Magi. Grammar and vocabulary, all the answers should be structured clearly. Responsibility is very important. If you don't deliver that activity, the time assigned that is from September 8th to September 10th, I'm going to discount 2 points of that activity, and you're not going to have 10. The questions are on the Richmond forum. You should open it and you will start answering them. And I'm going to evaluate also the exercises that we will be working every week. For example, if you remember the last class, we work on the exercises of listening 1 and listening 2. And some of you send me the evidences of the exercises. So you are going to be evaluated from that exercises too, because they are very important. It will help you to enhance your listening ability and your reading ability, and you will learn vocabulary. These are the steps. You're going to click on communications. Here is communications. Then click on the topic. Look, the topic is here, the gift of the Magi. And there is going to be open to all the questions. There you have the questions. And here, in this window, you're going to answer all the questions. That is the first activity. This activity is evaluated by 35% and is individual. It's individual. The next activity, that is The second one, this is related with the STEAM project. Did you remember about the STEAM project? All the information that you have in Spanish, you are going to translate it to English because the topic is tourist places from El Salvador. This activity is for September 27 until 30th. You are going to create a web page. It is supposed that until now you already know how to do a web page or how to make a web page. If you have problem for doing this, the web page, you can ask to teacher Salomon because he is going to help you with the web page. He has been teaching this topic before. And in the web page, you are going to write English, the subject. You're going to write English, that is the subject. Or you can write the topic, your topic, because every group has assigned different topics related with tourist places or towns from El Salvador. General data of the town. To detail the geographic location, a picture alluding to cultural heritage, gastronomy, and economic activity. Grammar and vocabulary. The paragraph with the description of tourist places is structured clearly. Formalities, all the requirements are included in the text subjects, text extension, etc. You are going to create a video with this information. Explanation of the task. This is a recompilation of the STEAM project. For that reason, you are going to show important details about the tourist place or town assigned to each group. Number one, to create the table of contents in the web page. Two, to detail the geographic location, a picture alluding to cultural heritage, gastronomy, and economic activity. Number three, the paragraph with the description of the information is structured clearly, follow the order. Number four, you will present a PowerPoint exported as video clip with all the requirements on due time and upload your videos in a web page designed by your group, or you can upload the videos to YouTube and then write the link in the web page. Your video has to be original, no copyright, please, because if you do copyright, YouTube is going to eliminate your video.
Teacher, is necessary to the presentation has been created in PowerPoint.
No, you can use Canvas or any other thing that you consider it will be helpful. Your faces must not be shown in the clip, only your voices. Follow the attached slide format of your video. Look at these slides. This is the slide number one. In the slide number one, or in the way that you are going to do it, you can use Canvas, as I told you before. You are going to write this information. In the slide number two, you're going to provide a short description of the tourist place. And in the slide number three, you are going to follow this order. You are going to talk, number one, to detail the geographic location. Number two, a picture alluding to cultural heritage. Number three, gastronomy. And number four, economic activity. All the members of the group have to say something related with the topic. I need to listen your voices. Do you have questions about this activity?
Teacher, how can you can do this as an example for the el cuadro comparativo?
Which one?
Para el proyecto de STEAM, dice que tenemos que hacer un cuadro comparativo o algo así era.
Where? So we are going to continue with the topic of the class. In the topic of the class, we are going to study about cognates and false friends. Have you ever heard before about cognates and false friends?
Could names?
Yes.
Traducing in my mind to Spanish sounds very weird, I think is the word. And I don't hear very well the other word.
So right now you are going to learn about that interesting topic because you never heard before. You're going to learn something new. If you have your book with you, open it. We are going to study in the Spotlight Literature book on page number 66. Page number 66. Look, here we have the information. Cognates are words that share a common root, a similar meaning, and a similar spelling in different languages. So, in our case, could be English and Spanish, a word that has the same meaning and the same spelling in English and Spanish. That words are called cognates. Now, who can tell me a word that has the same meaning and the same spelling in English and Spanish? Dana, a word that you consider that has the same meaning and spelling in English is the same and in Spanish is the same. Written and meaning.
Isote?
Isote, I think that in English is different.
Really? I remember one say me that don't have traduction to the English because it's a word Nahuatl, I think.
Ah, yes, but in that case, if it is a Nahuatl word, that means that in English, it doesn't have the same meaning because, as you said, that word is from our country. But when I mean cognates, or when I am telling about the word, a word that you consider that we use in English and Spanish is the same.
I know how much, but I don't remember
Okay.
any in this moment.
Okay, let me finish. I'm going to finish with the explanation. Cognates are very common. For example, there are other words that are common in French and Spanish, since both of these languages are Romance languages. That is, languages that derive from Latin. It can be implied then that a person who knows Spanish will have an easier time learning French than a person who does not. Cognates between English and the Romance languages can be found in the story The Gift of the Magi, such as moral, professor, and modest. For example, here we have some examples. Moral. Moral is the same meaning and spelling in English and Spanish?
Yeah,
Yes, that are cognates. And we have the other word, professor. As the professor, it means the same in English and Spanish. That are cognates. And modest also. Identifying cognates from our language with those of other languages is a great way of acquiring new vocabulary. However, when we deduce the meaning of a word by thinking of a similar word, we know in a different language, we have to be aware of what is known as false friends. So we have the cognates and then the false friends. So what are false friends? They are words that look as if they might have the same meaning, but they actually don't. In Spanish, for example, the word decepción is a false friend of the English word deception. For example, if you read the word deception in English, probably you will think, deception quiere decir decepción. But it's not in that way. For that reason, they are called false friends, because the meaning is different. Decepción is not deception in English. The word decepción can be translated as disappointment, while a deception is a fraud. Both words look friends. No, both words look similar in their spelling, but their meaning are different. False friends can also exist between different varieties of English, such as between British and American English. And here we have some examples. British word, buggery. British meaning, dry mucus from the nose. American meaning, an evil spirit. American equivalent, booyer. Bomb, British meaning to go very fast. American meaning to fail spectacularly, and American equivalent, praise. Burn, British word burn. British meaning, a stream. American meaning, a clearing made by burning vegetation. American equivalent, creek. Then we have chips. British meaning, long strips of fried potato. American meaning, thin slices of fried potato. And in American equivalent, fries. We have the word cooker. British meaning, an appliance for cooking food. American meaning, stool. American equivalent, cooking pot. Course, a degree program, an individual subject at university, and the American equivalent is a degree. Flat, a suite of rooms in a building. Smooth, even, and in American equivalent is apartment. Football, in British meaning, a sport with a round ball played by two teams of 11. American meaning, a sport with an oval ball played by two teams of 11. American equivalent, soccer. We have fringe, the front section of a person's hair. American meaning and the age of or border. In American equivalent, bands. Note, a piece of paper money. American meaning, a short written message. American equivalent, bill. Now tell me a cognate word.
Individual.
Individual, excellent. Individual has the same meaning, the same spelling in English and Spanish. Marifer, another cognate. Joyce, can you think of a word that is a cognate? They are so quiet. Now, Dana, tell me which word do you consider that can be false friends? Here we have another example. Look.
Bizarre.
Excuse me?
Bizarre. I don't know visual pronunciation.
I'm going to give you another example. Dana, do you know what does it mean actually in Spanish?
Creo que actualmente. Bueno,
you believe that actualmente.
Creo que es en realidad.
Now you are saying another thing. But as you say at the beginning, no, you say actually, most of the people probably will get confused with this word, because if the people read actually, they could think, oh, that means, eso significa actualmente en español. But that's not true. Por eso se le llama false friends, porque no significa eso, sino que significa, como dijo Dana la segunda vez.
En realidad.
En realidad. Esos son los que se le llaman false friends. Words,
I think
exit is cognate or false friend. Why?
Creo que se podría confundir con éxito en español, pero realmente significa salida.
You are right. Wow. Yes, you are right, Anna. Exit. Yes, that is a false friend. And now we have here some exercises. Identify any cognates in your first language in these sentences. Please take your book with you and we are going to work these exercises in the book. Letter A. Della calculated her expenses several times. What is the cognate in that sentence? What word is the cognate? Joyce, what do you think, Joyce? What are you doing, Joyce? You are so quiet. It's very easy. Remember that the cognates are words that look or that have the same spelling and meaning in English and Spanish. So it's very easy to identify it. Joyce is not here. And you, Kevin, what do you think? No. And you, Ludwig? Denise? Oscar? Only Dana is participating. And it's good, it's excellent that she does, but what about the others? Javier? So Dana, what is the cognate here in letter A? What is the cognate word?
Calculate.
Calculated, yes, this is the cognate. You should circle the word or underline it or identify it. Letter B. She was trying to come up with a way to obtain money. What is the cognate there?
Obtain.
Obtain, because obtain is the same in English and Spanish. The same spelling and the same meaning. Letter C, her hair fell to her knees like a cascade of brown waters. What is the cognate?
Says Maria Fernanda that her internet is going slow.
Oh, sorry for her. For that reason, it will be difficult for her to participate. So what is the cognate in letter C?
Cascade.
Cascade, excellent. Letter D, Della observed her hair as it fell on the floor.
The content is observed.
Observed, excellent. E, James' gift was simple and chaste.
Simple.
Simple, excellent. F, the Dillinghams live a modest life.
Lived or
Live.
modest.
Modest or live?
Modest.
Modest, yes. G, James looked thin and very serious.
Serious.
Serious, excellent. Now, in the number 2, you're going to fill in the blanks using cognates taken from the story. And here we have the words prudence, idiocy, possession, reflection, duplication, and intoxication. So with these words, you are going to fill here in the spaces. For example, letter A, Delda, look at her in the mirror. So what word do you consider it goes here?
Reflection.
Reflection, yes. Bella look at her reflection in the mirror. Letter B, James asked with an air almost off why Della's hair was gone. What word goes here?
Prudence.
Excuse me?
Prudence.
Prudence.
Yeah.
James asked with an air almost of prudence why Della's hair was gone. I'm going to give you, let me see, I'm going to give you 3 minutes for working on this exercise, number 2. And later we are going to check them together. Did you finish? Did you finish, Dana, or do you need more time?
I don't finish yet.
Okay, let me know when you finish, please. Did you finish, Gerardo?
No.
Not yet. And you, Mariana Denise? So what word did you write in letter B? James asked with an air almost off.
I don't know who to say.
What word did you write?
The second,
Idiocy.
yes,
James asked with an air almost of idiocy why the last word was one. And in the letter C,
possession,
her heart had simply craved and yearned over them without the least hope of possession.
yes.
And in the letter D, when the lad reached home, her what?
I don't know in that.
You haven't finished that.
No, I can't complete that because don't have logic for me.
Ah, it was not logic for you.
Yes, it's hard.
So in the number one, in the letter A, we have flexion. In the letter V, intoxication. Letter C, idiocy. In the letter D, we have possession and possession. And here, duplication. When the lad reached home, her possession gave way a little to duplication and reason. And in the letter E, we have prudence. Their gifts could be exchanged in case of prudence. In the number 3, you are going to choose the correct word to complete each sentence. Here we have two words, embarrassed and pregnant. Our math teacher is embarrassed or pregnant. She's having a girl. So you should know the definition of these words into both languages. In English, you have the word there. So what is the translation to Spanish? What does it mean, embarrassed in Spanish?
Avergonzado,
Pregnant?
embarazada.
Yes, you're right. Now, what do you think is the correct word? Embarrassed or pregnant?
Pregnant.
Pregnant, yes, you're right. Embarrassed, it looks like a false cognate. Letter B, the school activity was a success or an exit. This was the word that you told me about the false cognate. The school activity was a success or an exit.
A success.
Excellent, a success. And in letter C, John can speak 3 idioms or 3 languages.
Languages.
Excellent. Idioms is a false cognate or false friends. They are called here false friends. Actually, or nowadays, I take the bus to go to work.
Actually.
Nowadays.
Nowadays, yes, nowadays. Thank you, Kevin. Letter E. I called the teacher and she came to my assistance or to my attendance.
Assistance.
Assistance, excellent. Letter F. We realized it or we made a support group for earthquake victims.
Made.
What is the word?
Made.
Made, yes. Thank you, Dana. Letter G, the children attend or pay attention to their mother when she's giving instructions.
Pay attention.
Pay attention, excellent. Now, we are going to play a game. But this game is going to be between girls and boys. This game is about the cognates. Team 1 is going to be, team 1 are going to be the girls and team 2, the boys. Cognates and false friends. Tell me a number, Dana.
1.
A doctor works in a hospital. The word doctor is a false cognate or not?
No. Not.
Yes. It's not a false cognate. Now, boys, Kevin, tell me a number. Kevin or Gerardo?
4.
We are going to have a dinner tonight. The word dinner is a false cognate. Yes or no? The word dinner is a false cognate. Kevin? Or Gerardo or any other boy? Where are the boys? Xavier, Eduardo, Marcelo. The word dinner is a false cognate, yes or no?
No.
Yes, is a false cognate. Dinner is a false cognate because it doesn't have the meaning in English and in Spanish. It means cenar. Another number, Susan? Susan is here or not here? Melissa? Joyce? Denise? Mariana Denise?
11.
With this fabric, you can do a sweater. The word fabric is a cognate. The word fabric is a cognate or not?
Not.
Remember? Not. Let's check. Yes, it is not because it's a false cognate or false friend. Another number for boys. Eduardo, tell me a number, Eduardo. Eduardo.
12.
Excuse me?
12.
12. Luis is studying math in the library. The word library is a cognate, yes or no? If it is a cognate, it means that library, it has the same meaning and spelling in English and in Spanish.
Yes, señor.
Yes. Let's check. Do you know what is a false cognate? It's not a cognate, it's a false cognate or a false friend because library in Spanish means biblioteca. And sometimes we get confused with this word because library and bookstore, there are different words with different meanings. Oh my God. I choose a number without doing it in purpose. So this is for you girls. He uses that rope to jump. The word rope is a false cognate, yes or no?
No.
It's not a false cognate. That means that, or a false.
Yeah, it's not a false cognate.
It's not a false cognate or false friends. False friends or false cognate is the same. So you say that the word rob is not a false friend, Dana?
Yes.
Because that means that rob in English and in Spanish, it has the same meaning and the same spelling.
Oh.
Don't get confused. Don't get confused. So then the answer is?
It is a false cognate.
Excellent, Melissa. Is a false cognate because in English, in Spanish, it means cuerda. Another number, boys? Hector? Hector Ventura is here.
15.
You must eat your vegetables on your lunch. The word vegetable is a cognate. Remember that if it is a cognate, it has the same meaning and the same spelling in English and Spanish. So the word vegetables is a cognate, yes or no?
No.
Boys? Eduardo, what do you think, Eduardo? Yes or no? Gerardo?
No, teacher.
The word vegetables is not a cognate. Okay, you say no. Is a cognate. Why is a cognate? Because vegetables, it has the same meaning in English and Spanish. Vegetales, vegetables. It has the same spelling. Another number, girls? Jimena?
Um, 10.
Give 10 points. Oops. You give 10 points to the boys team. Boys, another number, Ludwig. Ludwig, hello.
3.
3. The exit in this building is there. The word exit is a false cognate. Yes or
No.
is? Did you say false, Ludwig?
No.
Or the word exit is not a false cognate according to your opinion. The other boys of this class are agree with Ludwig? It's a false cognate because exit, as you can see here in the picture, means salida in Spanish. And sometimes we confuse that word with éxito. So it's a false cognate. Another number, girls? Leslie? Leslie Sanchez.
Yes, teacher.
Tell me a number, Leslie.
5.
She loves drink grapes juice. The word grapes is a false cognate or it's a false friend. Yes or no?
Yes, it's a false friend.
Yes, let's check. It's a false friend because it means uvas. Another number, boys. Valencia. Valencia is here. Victor. Oscar Antonio. Or any other boy.
9.
Swap points of both teams. Oh my God.
My
Denise,
teacher is not good. We are answering all the questions and they do nothing.
it's unfair, right? I don't know what happened with this game, but let's check at the end. Denise, tell me a number, Denise.
8.
I passed my English exam. I will have a celebration next week. The word celebration is a cognate.
Yes, it is.
Excellent. Another number, boys. Eduardo?
2.
2. Swap points. Oh, in this case, you change. Look at the points. Another number, girls?
13.
The elephant is the biggest animal in the earth. The word elephant is a cognate.
Yes, it is.
Yes, of course. Another number, boys? Kevin?
6.
This carpet is purple color. The word carpet is a cognate. Yes or no?
Yes.
Let's check. Is a false cognate or false friend is not a cognate because in Spanish means alfombra. If it will be a cognate, this word, it could have the same meaning in English and Spanish. Not
Sería
in
un cognate si significara carpeta, ¿verdad?
Correcto, si dijera carpeta, si carpet suena como carpeta en español. Si el significado fuera carpeta, entonces sí fuera un cognate, pero como no es carpeta el significado, entonces viene a ser un false friend or false cognate? Another number, girls?
14.
In the supermarket, you can find delicious fruits. The word fruits is a false cognate.
It isn't.
It is excellent. It's a cognate. And the last number is for the boys. Other team loses 20 points.
Anyway, we win.
But anyway, to win at the end. Look, congratulations, girls. You are an excellent team. Now, right now, I'm going to take your attendance. When you hear your numbers, say present, please. Number 1.
Present.
2. 3.
Present.
4.
Present.
5.
Present.
6. 7.
Present.
8.
Teacher, 6.
Ah, you're 6. Okay.
Ujú.
Number
Es que no
8.
le...
You didn't listen to me.
No.
Okay.
6.
Number 8 is not here. 9.
Present.
10. 11.
Present.
12. 13. 14.
Present.
15. 16. 17.
Present.
Okay, 18.
Present.
19.
Present.
20. 21.
Present.
22. 23. 22 present in the chat. 24.
Present.
25.
Present.
26.
Present.
27. 27 is not here. 28. 29. 29 is not here. Susan, it is supposed that Susan is here, but maybe she's not here. Number 2, 8, 10, 12, 13, 15, 16, 20, 23.
Teacher, yo soy 23.
Oh, you're 23 and you have 24 there.
23.
Okay.
Es que como le puse presente 24, pero yo soy 23.
Okay, don't worry. 27. 28 appears Susan. Number 16 is here. Mariana Denise. Now we are going to continue with the other part. Pay attention to this information. This is very important. Is called consumer education. In O. Henry's story, The Gift of the Magi, the protagonists live a very humble and modest life. To buy each other Christmas presents, they have to sacrifice their two most precious possessions, Della's long hair and James' gold watch. O. Henry's story resonates with our own times when people sacrifice important things to buy objects they might not need at the moment. Given our current economic situation, we need to learn to be savvy consumers, know what to buy and when to buy it. A good tip when buying a product, especially if it's expensive, is to research price and check product reviews. You can ask people who own the product or look for information on the internet. Being a wise consumer also means buying things only when we know we can afford them, without sacrificing anything important, such as paying something we owe or buying something we actually need. Take care of the money. If you are not going to need something, don't buy it, please, because if you buy that, that's going to be a waste of money. Do you know the personal pronouns? Dana, do you know the personal pronouns?
Yes, teacher.
Which are they? Tell us, please.
You, I, he, she, it, we, you, and they.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Dana. And you, Denise, do you know the personal pronouns? Denise is so quiet. What about Joyce? Joyce is here or not? Maybe she is not here because she is so quiet. So it is very important that you know and that you learn the personal pronouns. What is the definition of a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun or another noun or another pronoun. Example, instead of saying or writing, Della has been saving every penny Della could for months, we could write or we could say, Della has been saving every penny she could for months. So instead of writing here, Della, we write the pronoun or personal pronoun. She, we use she when we are talking about her. Personal pronouns. A personal pronoun replaces a noun that refers to a specific person or thing. One thing you have to keep in mind when using personal pronouns is its antecedent. That is the noun that is being replaced. The pronoun used will depend on that noun's person, number, gender, and function in the sentence. In person, we have three persons: first, second, and third. First person refers to the speaker, yourself, or a group that includes you. Second person refers directly to a listener or a group that includes the listener of the speaker. Third person refers to anyone else. As in English, we use he, she, it. And then we have the number. The noun being exchanged can be either singular or plural. This will determine the number of the pronoun used. Example, Della looked in the store for a gift. In the example, Della and gift are singular and stores is plural. So in the number we have singular and plural. In the gender, there are three genders for nouns and pronouns. We have female, male, and neutral. In the function, there are three possible functions for a personal pronoun. We have the subject, the object, and possessive. We will discuss each one of these functions throughout the textbook. And here we have the exercises. They are very easy. If you already know the personal pronouns, these exercises are going to be easy. Number one, identify the antecedent of the underlined pronouns. You can see the pronouns here are underlined. Look. Now you are going to identify the antecedent of each one. For example, what do you think is the antecedent of it? It is referring to what? What part or what word of the sentence? I have $1. 60 cents of it is in pennies.
We can identify the personal pronouns, right?
Not personal pronouns. The thing is, ¿a qué se está refiriendo it? Remember that we use it for objects and animals.
Es el término que se utiliza para objetos o animales.
Yes, for objects or animals. So in this sentence, it is referring to an object or an animal.
Object.
Object. So what is the object?
Dollar, maybe?
Why do you say maybe? You are not sure about it.
I never shared around.
Yes. I have $1. Listen, I have $1. 60 cents of it. Tiene $1. 60 centavos de qué? De ese dólar, exacto. De ese dólar is in pennies. So the antecedent of it is dollar, as Dana said. Now look here, the letter B. Take a look at the home. It's small but beautiful. What is
Home?
excellent? Home. The antecedent of it is home. Letter C. Bella seemed sad. She was standing by the windows. What is the antecedent of she?
Della.
Della, of course. Letter D. Jim and Della had a good Christmas Eve. They stayed home to celebrate. What is the antecedent of they?
Jim and Della.
Excellent. Jim and Della are they. Letter E. Jim arrived home. Della wriggled off the table and went for him. What is the antecedent of him?
Jim.
Jim. Yes, Jim. Letter F. If Jim doesn't kill me, Della said to herself. So what is the antecedent of me?
Della.
Yes, Della. Because she is saying to herself. Letter G. Della bought a present for Jim. It was very expensive.
Present.
The antecedent is present. So you understand very quickly. And here in the number 2, establish the person of the underlined nouns and pronouns. Do you have questions until now?
No, teacher. It's talking about the object or the person or whatever are they talking.
Okay. So if you don't have questions, that means that you have understood. We are going to stop here. Next class, we are going to continue with the exercises. Thank you very much for your attention and your participation. I hope to see you next class. Goodbye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Hi, teacher.
Bye.